Hello YouTube. Today I originally had planned, I had a file corruption. I did a tutorial on how to replace your factory TJ alternator with a upgraded Durango alternator. But unfortunately those files were corrupt and I was unable to retrieve them with my software, so sorry about that. But what we're going to do, I'll walk you through what steps it takes to upgrade your alternator to a Durango 160 amp alternator instead of the stock 90 amp, which is, it's okay if you're not running any accessories. Like on mine, I have quite a bit of electrical accessories that need amperage. For example, I have the ARB compressor there, and of course a winch that requires quite a bit of amperage, and a lazy dog that won't move when you're trying to get around him. Let's see. Yeah, so the ARB compressor that runs down to a reserve tank, and then I also have a, well, that's annoying. Alright, but also have a CO2 tank that's plumbed in with a check valve underneath to the air compressor, so you're always going to have air. And then the dog bed, of course. But the electrical accessories, I have the amplifier back here. I have a set of jumper cables with an Anderson plug that I can just plug into here and jump somebody from the back, or I can also jump myself from here too. It's also on a circuit breaker, so that way anything shorts out back here or something happens, if their alternator is bad, it's going to break or trip that circuit breaker first before it damages anything of mine. And then of course stereo accessories that it needs to run. I also have the ham radio. I don't know if you can see that or not, but ham radio, nav, and then I have the CB and ham mounted in here. That's all got to get power. So anyway, I was running out of power, so I needed to upgrade that old stock alternator. So what we're going to do, what we're going to need is, let's show you here. There's two 15mm bolts, one here, one down here. You just take those out of the stock one. These are usually pretty tight. I had to shoot it with PB blaster, let it sit for a while, and then they broke loose pretty well. And then after that, you just pull the factory alternator, this little 90 amp piece of garbage. But see the bracket? What's important is the bracket here, and then the placement of the charge wire, and then this bracket as well. Now on the Durango, there's going to be an extra bracket off the back here that is going to be on it, but it's not going to interfere with anything on the Jeep. You're also going to need to grab yourself, I use these, I love these wrenches. It's the long-handled Cornwell pivoting, let's get one out, pivoting head, ratcheting, long handle, close-in wrench. So I mean, you can really get in there and get some torque on it. But yeah, I love these things. But if you don't have that, you could do it with a standard ratchet and some sockets. But so anyway, you get your 15mm, take those two bolts out, take off your charge wire. But first, before you do any of that, you want to take off your negative to your battery. That way you're not going to short anything out over here. That'd be a very bad idea. But and then the plug's the same, everything else bolts up. There's that extra bracket right here that I was talking about. You can see that on the camera. but there's still about 1/8 of an inch clearance between this and the coil packs, so you're not going to be vibrating or damage your coil packs at all just by leaving that on there. I was going to take my my porta band and saw that off, but I figured, you know, worst case I can use it to mount something else, or you know, it's not really that big of a deal. So it's pretty simple, pretty easy conversion. But now I have 160 amps of power that I didn't have before. Well, I had 90 amps before, so it's a very nice upgrade. My voltage doesn't drop at all now when I turn on the compressor. It's really a cheap and one of the best upgrades I think I've done so far as accessory wise. Find them on eBay. I got this one that was used off of a 2002 to 2005 Durango. If I'm wrong, I'll post it on the video. I'll put a little link below of what year and the part number of the actual alternator, what you need to put on there. But one other thing, now that we are producing more amperage into the system, what we need to do is upgrade this little puny wire right here. That's not going to be enough if you're pulling a heavy load, like you're running the winch, something else is going on. It's going to heat this wire up. This wire is not enough to charge it. So what all I'm going to do is I'm going to run a piggyback 8 gauge from here with a fuse, and then just run it back to the positive of the battery. So that way there's no chance that you're going to fry that wire when it's charging or you're pulling a heavy load from the alternator. And then also here's that resettable circuit breaker for the back. And then this is for my S-Pod. This is a self-resetting circuit breaker that runs all my other accessories. But yeah, like I said, I will post the links to the part numbers and the actual specs on the alternator. And good luck. And if you have any questions or you run into a problem, I usually always check my Facebook. Or not Facebook, I'm sorry. My brain isn't working today. my YouTube account. And I'll be more than happy to shoot you any advice that you need. So have a great day and good luck. Have fun. Bye.